welcome to Flow with Chloe, where I'm out on the balcony. It's rather a busy, noisy street, but there's a lovely, if I move aside, sea view out there. If I lift you up, you can see it. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to pull some cards. I'm going to go from the light seers deck first. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to seriously turn up the volume. Noting we have the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck as I open it out. So we'll take that as some overall energy. Because I feel like there is going to be a lot of emotion around now, amplified emotions. And the Cups cards represent our emotions, and we've got 10 of them. We've got the maximum of the suit. We have not long come past that new moon in Libra on the 21st, asking us to look at our relationships and where we fit in them, balance them, are they equal, give and receive. We also have now had the sun move into Scorpio. That was on the 22nd. On the 23rd today as I record this. Deck's not very communicado at the moment. And tomorrow we have Pluto in Aquarius squaring the sun in Scorpio. So there's going to be some tension. There's going to be some needs to some light illumination of that one. Maybe some deep emotional wounding that needs settling and breaking down. We've also got Mercury going retrograde. It's in Scorpio at the moment. In November 9th, it's going to go retrograde. So it will go retrograde at the point that it's in Sagittarius, and it's going to retrograde back into Scorpio. So there's going to be some deep returns of with Jupiter in Cancer as well, potentially like childhood wounding coming up. So big emotional times and tension, an assessment of, you know, which relationships need to stay, which relationships need to go, which situations need to stay, which situations need to go. Deck's not very chatty today. It flipped there, okay. Okay, so from the light seers, we obviously have the 10 of Cups, which I just spoke about. This can be like an overflow of emotion. It can be very positive. It can be like all the love. It can just be a lot of emotion brewing, overflowing. We then have the 2 of Wands, fiery intention, but it's very it's got like a determination of looking out and prospecting about where it is you want to go. She's holding her wand and she's looking out, she's got her globe and her map, and she's like, where do I go next? What's my next big dream, and how do I get there, and how do I move away from the things I want to leave behind, is what I'm getting as well on this occasion. Then we have the King of Wands, Mr. Fiery again. He has the salamander on his shirt. Salamanders are an animal of transformation that are also linked sometimes to Scorpio. So he's got some big Mars vibes on there. Mars is one of the rulers of Scorpio, despite it being a water sign. We've also got the lion for Leo, and the crown. And with it representing a lot of Mars energy, it's the like me, it's the I am, it's the sort of, it's the self. And I feel like this is a need to find the courage and the inspiration and the confidence to transform, and the creativity. How are we going to create this new dream, this what it is we want to go for, and to get this emotional overwhelm to be a positive emotional overwhelm. Because we also have this card, the Four of Pentacles, which is like a holding on to, can be holding on to like past troubles and scarcity mindset. So what scarcity mindsets do you need to overcome and transform? What are you afraid, what states are you afraid of slipping back into? What patterns are you stuck in and afraid to leave behind, even though you know they aren't necessarily for your highest good? And it can be about a need to break away from past versions of self. Like, there's this fear of, I've come this far in this version of self, I'm afraid to let go, I'm afraid to trust in case I end up back in this shanty town back here. I don't want to go back there, but we need to have the bravery to release and trust that we can transform and that we can succeed and have the confidence to set about on this new dream, this new desire. And then we have the King of Cups, a need for emotional balance and taking an emotional higher ground, and sitting in our tranquility. The sea is calm, his ship's coming in, and he's meditative. He's got his feet in the water, he's cleansed, his crown chakra is like lit up with his watery crown, and he's got his little like singing bowl. He's very meditative, very meditative and placid state. My goodness, my words. And so we need to adopt some of that. He's also got his fish necklace on, so he's representing Pisces. So Pisces is quite good at letting go and letting things be. And so that's a state we need to get into. We also have Neptune at the retrograding back towards Pisces as well now. I think it's made it to the 29th degree of Pisces now, which is where it was back in, I think it was back in February. I'm going to take a few shadow cards from the Pocket Tarot version of the Wild Unknown. Let's get wild. Let's go into the unknown. Let's delve deep. What are these fears of scarcity? Let's ask the question on the table that no one wants to know. That was exactly what we need to know to transform. What do we need to transform? What is this scarcity? What is it we're holding on to that we need to release? Okay. Wow. And it's dumped out a big pile for me. Glamorous, all the glamour here. Death card. It's rather a scraggy looking death card. So it's not going to be easy. And death card though is about transformation, and it's a very scorpionic card. This represents the sign of Scorpio. And you might feel a little bit like your bones are being picked clean by your very self, with analysis and feeling stripped back, and you might be feeling quite vulnerable, but that's where you need to go in order to transform. We also have the 10 of Wands, burden. There's a need to release a huge burden. often it can be simply be a sign to just walk away. Just walk away from something to lighten your load. And I was saying about how Pisces, to find emotional balance, is very good at letting go and letting it be, letting it float downstream. And then we get the Two of Pentacles, which on this card is represented by a butterfly. Butterflies are about transformation also. And it is Jupiter in Capricorn. It's about expansion. It's about expanding our growth. And on this card, this growth is about beautiful transformation. But don't forget how icky that butterfly has to get in order to transform. It literally decomposes inside the cocoon into like a gelatinous blob, and reforms an entire, it forms an entire new cell structure and becomes an entire new being, and then it flies free. It's so gorgeous. Then we get the Father of Pentacles. This is our King of Pentacles, represented by this beautiful rainbow book. It is rutting season back in the UK for deers, and so you might have to really assert your strength in order to get through this, is what I'm getting. Like those deers really have to go at it to establish their authority during rutting season. But that's where the magic is, finding the strength, and that's when we will get crowned with our pentacle, with our prosperity. And then we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands. So we've gone from our 2 here to our 4. And I'm looking at this in the middle, and when I turn it on the side it looks like an eye, and it's about, I'm getting intuition off of this. I'm getting sacral chakra and third eye chakra off of it with the markings on that. Very much about success. You've done it, you've doubled the portal, and you're going places. It's like a portal being sucked in, and you have evolved this creative energy into a intuition that you're able to pursue and have it. So considering this shadow cards, that is pretty bloody lovely. Now, because it is going to be Halloween at the end of the month, what better than some everyday witch cards? Let's get witchy. Aha! So that King of Pentacles and King of Cups energy is back, is returned, and he's literally deep sea meditating now. I love the comedy of this dog floating in the donut as well. So there's kind of like a lot going on around him on the surface, surrounding him, below him in the reef and everything, but he's just floating amongst it and letting it all pass him by, really, unaffected. And he's just like, yep, peace and serenity. I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm going to let it pass me by, float on by. I have found my stillness and my tranquility. So again, a message about finding that peace. And we also have, like this, she's got a big book called Fate. Affirmation for acceptance. So she's been blown up on this massive tornado. The chaos is all going on, but she's like, it's okay, whatever happens, chips may fall where they may, because it's fated, and I trust. I accept who I am and all these pieces and versions of myself that have been, and the chaos it has caused me, but I trust that it's taking me to my fated higher good, because she is elevating through this. She's riding this storm knowing it's her magic. So both of these characters are sat amidst potential chaos, but they're focused on, this one as well, I feel like she's really focused on transformation. We've got the dice here as well, which has got quite a symbol of the Wheel of Fortune card. So we have that just trusting the process energy about it. He's trusting the process, she's trusting the process, and it's deeply intuitive and focused and peaceful. I'm going to take one more. This one's working its way out. Give in to passion. That is beautiful. Never actually had this card. Never received this card from this deck before, so first time. And it's beautiful. Look at the little kitty in the background dancing with all those butterflies. Again, butterflies. And it's like vibing with her own music, her own creativity, flowing with it and embracing it, embracing her passions and making something absolutely beautiful and transformative from it. And I'm going to end there because that's just such a gorgeous card to have, and I feel like there's just such a mix of Scorpionic, kind of Pluto-y, like riding the chaos that Pluto in Aquarius wants to bring to shake everything down and make it new. And then we've also got this Scorpio sun, which is this really passionate, deep and focused energy. It's watery, but it's also fiery, and it's passionate, and it's very, very intensely focused as well. And that's the reading, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching.